So right now we are in the heart of Bryan, Texas, right real close to Bryan-College Station. But this builder, I think, have done a wonderful job at making sure you take care of the, whether semi-custom or the custom feel. Most people in this neighborhood truly appreciate everything that this build has to offer. So what we're going to do today is take a look at what they've done to make sure they prioritize everything that you're looking for when you come to your home search, but also in this area and community options. So most of the time, it's very, very rare to be able to find a builder who's going to be able to complement anything and everything that you're wanting, and to make sure that we keep it within a certain range. So what you're going to realize is that this builder in this community is going to be one of the best fit for you. And then also it have great proximity, where you're thinking this as a rental, first time home buyer, or you're relocating. This is going to be the neighborhood that you need to make sure you see from the beginning to end. And once we get to the end, I want to show you some things that are going to be available for limited time only. So you got to make sure you get to the end to see everything we have to offer. So let's talk about who this builder is and what they have to offer. First, let's talk a little bit about Edgewater. So Edgewater is in the west part of Bryan. So Edgewater originally started off as one builder, which is generally Stylecraft, that build out. And since then, you've had other builders who've come alongside and built their own divisions in this Edgewater. So if you're looking for catch release pond, a basketball court, playground, even walking trails, and something that is going to be very near to your Midtown or even Texas A&M, I found that this neighborhood is really the hidden spot, and that's why this development has been an ongoing development. So you will see everything that you need when it comes to amenities. And I love the builder. They've done a wonderful job at giving selection. So they have two departments in this building. They have what's called New Phase, and then they also have something called Kindler Homes. Now, these are local builders, and one of the reasons I love talking about local builders is because if you didn't see this video, you wouldn't know anything about them, and you didn't know what they have to offer. And then, of course, we get to talk about the neighborhood. So let's dive into the difference between New Phase and Kindler, and then we're going to take a look at today one of the New Phase, so you can get an idea of some of the beautiful products that they do make. New Phase have done a wonderful job, because when you're coming here in the Bryan-College Station area, oftentimes once you get over about a certain price point, I will say over that 350 to 400K, that's probably where you can actually start getting a little bit of options when it comes to custom. Probably 500 is where you definitely can start saying, hey, I want to change walls, I want to change layout. So New Phase have done something uniquely. If you're still in that 350 or under, they created New Phase so that you could be able to pick certain plans, and within those plans, you can pick out colors, you can pick out cabinets, you can pick out a lot of things. And in my opinion, they have a lot better quality than some of production builders. And this is why I believe they've done a great job at building up a great reputation when it comes to building homes in this neighborhood and just throughout the Bryan-College Station area, because they really think about you as a client. Think about you as a person. Sometimes either you're wanting something specific to stay in a certain budget, but you also want to have some personalization to your home. Let's face it, oftentimes, you know, buying $1 million home is going to be the next phase. But at some points, you got to say, hey, this is where I'm at within this season. And I've generally tried to tell people, you do not have to settle. You just need to understand your options. And New Phase done a great job at just their organization at helping you understand, hey, this is a great place that you can be able to pick homes and get some great layouts and pick from, and then make a couple adjustments. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at two of the options that they have. We're going to take a look at this. It's called the Jade Plan. Jade Plan is about 1,800 square feet. It will range you anywhere from, depending on where you build it at. You can build this home in several different communities. I'm going to say anywhere from that 325, probably lower 300 range, and staying within that 300 to 350 range. So we'll take a look at two of them and let you see and understand what this builder has to offer. And then I'm gonna show you a couple things that they do have available for you, so make sure you stay to the end. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one and see what you think. Now, they have different layouts and frame, but I love the hardy board look. And so right when you come in to the Jade, this is totally gonna be, like I said, 1,800 square feet. It's gonna be 3 bedrooms, and you're actually gonna have a study in this one. So on this, you're gonna have your bathroom here. You're gonna have 2 bedrooms. Now this here is what I always consider. This is probably going to be like your guests or your mother-in-law suite, or if you got kids, you throw the kids over there in the front, right? And got a good closet size here as well, and good depth. Even have a custom light, so I always like that. So it's like, hey, you can load up your kid clothes, holiday clothes. You can be able to use these closets for that. And then so let's go ahead and jump across, and oh, don't almost hit you. So look, one thing I do love about these finishes, look at these cabinets, some of the fixes, and then I love the tile. And so the beautiful thing about when you do select some of these fixtures, you'll see throughout the rest of this house, you can be able to select some of those things. Now, the thing I do love about the layouts, this is considered like a kid room. You got your futon, bed, kind of hangout couch. I love that. That's a unique feel. All right, so we're gonna go back into the foyer, and then so this eventually you'll get a chance to see, but I want to show you this first. So this here is your study room, and most studies don't have an actual closet space, and this one does. So some people would probably use this for a bedroom, but to be honest with you, you'll see the glass door because it's going to be treated as a study. Now, this is where we're at, so if you can kind of get a highlight. So this is Rock Point. Now, this is Rock Point that's located in Edgewater. So it's important to know. And Rock Point is specifically new phase they're building. So we're right here on this lot, about 0.15 of an acre. Corner lots always are bigger. So that's kind of a good highlight to be able to look at. And then as we go in, I like the vinyl plank floor, kind of that wood feel. And then we have the kitchen. Like the light fixtures, and like this kind of, you can see the cabinets have this crystal kind of glow to it. Kind of gives it a very nice popping, depending on how the light is hitting it. And so that I do love. And then you also have your individual foyer or individual dining room area. And this dining room area, what we got we got 6. So you can be able to sit 6 people here. Then you have your stools. Based on this stool size, you got 3 more people that you can be able to fit in. And then kind of the living room area, nice open floor plan. I think this is real good, definitely for people who are relocating in this area. So in our backyard, you can get a chance to see if your furry friends want to run around. You got a whole lane right here that you can be able to race down and back. And so that is a beautiful thing. And let's go take a look at the main primary room. We'll walk back through here and take a look at this as the main primary room. So you can see this is a king size bed where you can see how much room you still have here. Natural lighting. I love some of how they do their lighting, but you're gonna love this bathroom. Take a look at that. Hold on, let me make sure I give you the proper entrance. Now, the cool thing I like about this, you have your double sink, and then you're gonna have your tub, and then you have your walk-in shower. But the thing I love about this is just the modern, very bathroom tile. Then you walk into your walk-in closet. So most of the time you gotta think about like, hey, if you're this person over here, you wanna make sure you have your, you have that area covered up. That's for one of the family members or one of the spouses. Most of the time it's, you know, husbands, and you got to go find something else in the other room. So this is going to be your laundry room. So kind of right tucked off. And then this is going to be our garage that they're using for a little storage, but it's a 2-car garage. And the cool thing about the 2-car garage, you probably can't see it, but they have the sprinkler system. So that one of the things in Texas is that you have to make sure you water your grounds. And so that is important to always have that. So you won't have no crazy shifting things happening. So when you reach out, I'll explain more. But this here is a closing door. So there you go. And I love this because it's not it doesn't have spaces where it's closing you in if you have a swinging door, especially if you're coming in, but also coming in from the garage. So just having that slide door actually is much more efficient and better quality door, especially when you're having this mud room here. You have the kiddos taking a look at all the things from mud, shoes, basketball. You have kids that play sports, you understand. All right, so what we'll do, we're gonna take a look at one more plan that is a Jade, and kind of a little bit like this, but has just something else a little different. So I wanna make sure you get a chance. And then last, we'll make sure we take a look at what they have coming in this specific Rock Point area, and then we'll wrap it up from there. So we're at the Jade II plan, and we're gonna see if you can be able to tell the difference. But the thing I love about this, completely different color scheme. So they have different layouts. You can see the black garage door, have the black trim. It's more that modern look, which I think a lot of people have been going with. Just take a look at this solid black door. Beautiful, beautiful layout. So as we come in, you're still gonna get the foyer, different color laminate floors. But so this is flipped. So everything's on the other side of the other house, so you can be able to see a little bit of difference. So you have here where you can be able to see the bathroom. Then here, you can be able to see the bedroom, kind of without the bed and everything. Has the same good closet space. So you can get a chance to be able to see that. And then come across real similar. And in this, you know, some of these spaces look much bigger before you put things in, and this room looked bigger than the first one. That's just my honest opinion. So you can take it or not. A few differences here. So you're gonna actually have a half bathroom. So this half bathroom was not here. So think about guests. So if you're that person that says like, I want my own bathroom, I don't want other people in my bathroom. So this is gonna be considered a 3.2.5. So you have a bathroom that's gonna be in the front. You have a bathroom that's gonna be in your personal room. And this is that saying like, hey, I don't want people to go into my bathroom. So this is what this is for. And then this here is gonna be your office space, tucked off a little bit different, still have the closet space, has a regular door. So you can choose, like this can be maybe like a little, a baby room. Say if you have a newborn and maybe you want to make sure they practice sleeping by themselves, but hey, you have a bathroom right next to it, or you can keep it like a study, and then that's like your bathroom and workspace. Then beautiful layout here. I love this color. I don't even know what the color that is. I think it's almost like a teal. What color do you think that is?
It's like a navy and a gray. Had a baby.
There you go. Well, that's the producer of navy and gray having a baby. You can thank the judge for that. All right, so then you have farmhouse sink, countertops. I love just the white, kind of very modern look on the cabinets, and then having the black handles. Like that's important. Like I wanna make sure my cabinets have handles. Sometimes you have little knobs. It's like, this is a little bit better. So real small things you'll see throughout the house. This here is going to be where you have that dining room area, real similar. As you can tell, different color floor. And the cool thing, because you can be able to pick out the color scheme, make sure you reach out again, because the thing that people don't realize the most is that to be able to find something in this price range, be able to find something in this kind of genre, it's very hard to be able to find. So make sure when you do reach out, we can kind of talk more about if this is a good fit for you, what we can do to be able to help you towards that, okay? So let's go over here towards main bedroom. Of course, you're gonna have your extra linen closet here. And then we'll take a look into the bedroom. Now, these bedrooms, this one here is a little bit more longer. The other one was a little bit more wider. So you can kind of tell on the different layouts. And that's why it's helpful to see different plans, how they lay it out, because everything, it's not cookie cutter with the builder, and that's the thing I love about them. Everything that they do is unique within itself, so you would never look at a home and like, oh, that's the exact same home as that one. No, because they try to continue to do things different, and since we've walked through here, I can tell just the difference. You can even tell when it comes to like just the different fixtures that they put on the bathroom, so forth from there. And then so this, as we walk into the closet, this closet space, walk-in closet layout, a little bit, look, check it out. Got a little depth right there. And this is actually tucked off now. It's like, hey, I always love these little shoe cubbies, built-in space, because I always tell people you can save so much space within that area. And then you go here, you got your washer and dryer, and you're gonna have your 2-car garage. You can take a look at this one and have some decent high ceilings. So if you're that person that wants to be able to build it in, and this is a solid door, you can even be able to tell temperature control a little bit as well. So all that helps just ventilation. You have your stairs that we're not gonna go in, but when you visit, I'll make sure I do. So, and then we go back to the front. So you can kind of see now both of the Jades. Now both of these, like I said, right at 1,800 square feet. If you do want something bigger, if you say, hey, I don't want something that's underneath 2,000 square feet, we'll talk a little bit about that here in a second, but let's go kind of wrap up and see what are some of the things that you can find in this neighborhood, and specifically Rock Point in Edgewater, and see what are the options that they have available. So let's go check that out. So right behind me, you see one of the homes that's in the process of getting built. The beautiful thing is this is one of the cul-de-sacs that is available right now. You can see some areas that is still available. As this build here in Rock Point, New Phase has lots that are available, as you can kind of see as we pan over, and these lots are available. Now the beautiful thing that you can be able to range anywhere from holding these lots, sometimes as little as 500, 5,000, just depends on what different incentives that they have. So I always tell you, reach out so that we can be able to know what's your time frame when you're looking, but you can find either one of their different floor plans that they have, either the ones we've seen today or the over 10 of options you can be able to pick. If you need something like, say, student rentals, a lot of people end up going with them because of the quality and the durability that you'll have with this builder, and building rental homes because of this proximity to Texas A&M. And then these are now rental homes because you do get a lot of homes in this area that will be great for college students or even young professionals. So I told you to stay to the end, and here's the main thing I want you to highlight is that if you're deciding that you know you're going to be coming in 2026, there's some incentives in reaching out now. So I encourage you, do me a favor. One, reach out, say, Jabari, I'm interested, I want to move forward, and I want to work with you, and I want to be able to get some either from my family or from me or in the future, or I want you to subscribe, because the only way YouTube can make sure that you see my next video is you by subscribing, because the only way we can impact you and continue to give you valuable information, make sure you subscribe. And then guess what? Share this with someone that you know is helpful, even if they're not looking right now. We always say, whether you're looking in the next 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months, make sure you reach out to us so that we can know what you're looking for. And then we've done several times where we've done certain tours that is in relation to someone who reached out to us. And guess what? Not only were they end up buying, but it was so much more helpful for them that they can be able to stay in what was available here in the Bryan-College Station area. Okay, so we are passionate at making sure we do work that's going to serve you best. So comment on things, that questions you have on things we maybe missed, and make sure that we can continue to impact your legacy. So as we always say at the end of all our videos, your legacy begin when your excuses end. Reach out so we can be able to help you. Until next time.